Kurzosu, into the green screen. Let's see you do that. Sea milk, what's the C stand for? Curdled? I saw the video you put out 2 days ago now. I had to really think about how to reply. To start with, are you as dumb as you look on the thumbnail? Sorry about that. Don't answer that. Let's examine your most recent video and look for the laziness and stupidity that are included in every video that you make, Sea Milk. But first, a word from our sponsor.
As many as 3 out of 4 people with vaginas will experience at least one vaginal yeast infection in their lifetime. Almost half will experience 2 or more.
I smelled something real fishy.
So I've even heard of things like putting yogurt in your vagina or crystals or other things that may ultimately throw off the healthy balance or environment in your vagina.
Now, when I smell something fishy, I'm usually right.
You don't need a prescription to treat a yeast infection. Introducing the first and only 3-dose ovule insert from Monistat.
And now, back to the show.
China is now claiming that it has stopped xenophobia, nationalism, and hateful content about Japan.
To be fair, the notice that you put on the screen, it doesn't say it stops xenophobia. It says China's biggest internet platforms issued notices over the weekend that they were cracking down on hate speech that targeted Japanese.
As a guy that lived in China for 10 years, let me tell you, China has literally spent 70 years making their entire government identity hating Japan.
70 years making their entire government identity hating Japan. I mean, come on, what a stupid thing to say.
Japan doesn't teach mass hatred of China to its kids.
Japan doesn't have to teach mass hatred. Either you're not being honest or really you just don't know that generally in Japanese culture, Japan views itself as superior and generally doesn't like any other Asians, not just Chinese. As a matter of fact, according to Wikipedia, Japan lacks any law which prohibits racial, ethnic, or religious discrimination. The country also has no national human rights institutions. Non-Japanese individuals in Japan often face human rights violations that Japanese citizens may not. In recent years, non-Japanese media has reported that Japanese firms frequently confiscated the passports of guest workers in Japan, particularly unskilled workers, obviously. Mainland Chinese are the largest legal minority in Japan. An investigator from the United Nations Commission on Human Rights said, racism against Koreans and Chinese in Japan is deeply rooted because of the history and culture. China, on the other hand, does have laws on discrimination, especially equality for women and workplace discrimination. It doesn't always work out, but they're trying.
China does this because, like I said, it's a form of population control. In authoritarian government dictatorship, it needs a boogeyman that everyone is supposed to hate. If everyone has a common enemy, it's easier to exert control. It's a tried and true method of dictatorships. You look at all of history.
While you are being truthful, suggesting it is a tried and true method for governments to use, do you really believe it is only in dictatorships? If so, I got a stairwell to sell you.
To manufacture consent, you need an enemy, a target, communism, terrorists, immigrants, a common enemy. A boogeyman to fear helps corral public opinion.
Okay, now back to the main topic of the video. Stopping Japanese xenophobia on Chinese social media.
We will not accept this hype of xenophobia and this hate speech by individuals, said the government-controlled People's Daily of China.
I just love how anti-Chinese people always have to add government-controlled when talking about Chinese mainstream media. Do you honestly believe that Western mainstream media isn't government-controlled? Come on.
This is unacceptable to mainstream Chinese society and us Chinese. Now, Douyin and Weibo, China's versions of TikTok and Twitter, publicly slammed these accounts. They said they promote extreme xenophobia and cheered for criminal behavior in the name of patriotism.
Sounds like that's a start, right? I'm sure that you're going to want to acknowledge this as a sign of goodwill, right?
Well, anyway, let's go to the Chinese internet right here, right now, and see this so-called crackdown. Let's see if Douyin, China's TikTok, removed all this hateful stuff against Japanese people.
Wouldn't it be difficult to remove all that content just like overnight snapping your fingers? You and Winston Frederick Sturzel have content still posted on YouTube that would not be acceptable to post today. For example, Winston Frederick Sturzel filming infants urinating. He also has several early videos that would not pass copyright rules due to music playing in the background, in the car and at his home. These things take time, and in some cases, they'll never be removed.
There's like tens of thousands of these anti-Japan hate videos online on the Chinese internet right now. They didn't go anywhere.
Tens of thousands? Come on. Did you count them? Or is that just an estimate based on anti-China bias?
So here we are on the Chinese internet. Let's have a look at some videos that I just found after the crackdown.
Okay, let's see what you got right here, right now.
我不喜欢日本人。
你最讨厌哪个国家？
日本，骨头里就是讨厌他。
要是日本人的话，我干死你啊！
我就比较讨厌日本。
你最讨厌哪个国家？
日本，骨头里就是讨厌他。
根本没有意识到这个问题的严重性。
我不喜欢日本人。
炸死小日子！
美国、日本、韩国，你们最讨厌哪个？肯定日本。
最讨厌哪个国家？
日本，骨头里就是讨厌他。
Yeah. So a Japanese flag.
要是日本人的话，我干死你。你是日本人。
我就比较讨厌日本。
炸死小日子！炸死小鬼蛋！
以后要干嘛？当兵干嘛？
我说日本。我不喜欢日本人。
想到日本人了是吧？为什么想到日本人？
哦，你喜欢？你说点中国话。哎，哦，我的从日本过来的干活。1、2、3，下来，下来，打！看看这是什么？这是什么？
那肯定是日本啊！妈的，打日本人进总统府啊
！Slap that soldier！
有他国的野心吗？
那肯定有啊！狗该不要吃屎啊！美国、日本、韩国，你们最讨厌哪个？肯定日本。
有同学提到了大日本帝国，提的时候还在嘻嘻哈哈，根本没有意识到这个问题的严重性。
This is just like a smattering of tens of thousands of videos that are still on the Chinese internet.
Okay, wait. Tens of thousands, you say, right? I clipped out the 30 video clips you used in your video. 30 is just a small sample of the tens of thousands, right? If there are, in fact, tens of thousands, just how lazy are you? Here's the 30 video clips you used, all on one page. Now, I'm going to use uppercase L for lazy. Here's L1. But it's the same as this one. And it's also the same as this one. That's 3 times. On to lazy number 2, which happens to be the same as this one. Lazy number 3, the same as this one. Lazy number 4, the same as this one here, and this one. So that's another one, 3 times you used. Lazy number 5, the same as this one. Lazy number 6, the same as this one. And we got now lazy number 7 again. 2 lazy number 8s, pop, pop. Lazy number 9, same clip again, number 9. Lazy number 10, the same as the last clip, number 30. Also, it's a little deceptive that you don't mention in all the videos where, somebody was being interviewed or asked a question, you can see the mic there, they were asked which country they hate the most. But they had to choose from 3 options, only 3, USA, Japan, or Korea. That was the question.
So I guess they haven't been removed. I mean, the news articles were right. They did remove some of the comments and some of the accounts, but like 0.000000001% of them. Yay! Let's celebrate.
I have to wonder if you realize it, but this is the next really stupid thing you say. But not the stupidest thing you say in this video. We're going to get to that still. You said they did remove some of the comments. The only way that you would know if comments were deleted is if you saw the comments there before. What did you do? Take screenshots of all the comments on all the videos and go back and compare? Obviously not. It was just a really stupid thing to say.
Dude, I removed 800 anti-American hateful comments from Chinese accounts on my last few videos. Where's my foreign ministry press statement? Where's my big article from mainstream media? Where are you guys? Are you gonna go shout me out because I removed hateful xenophobic comments?
Okay, this one takes my vote for the stupidest thing you said in this whole video. Not only stupid, but a blatant lie. You don't even look at your comments unless they make a donation or a super chat. Not only that, this whole subject isn't even about removing hateful comments. There's going to always be hateful comments. Today's social media platforms do try to limit hateful comments, but it's impossible to stop them. Some people are just like idiots, right? And they'll never change.
In this hyper-polarized world, this hyper-partisan world, one where I work super hard to maintain my neutrality.
You work super hard to maintain your neutrality? Come on. That has my vote for number 2 as the second stupidest thing that you said in this video. Are you saying that to convince yourself? Have you seen the comments from your subscribers? Do you not know your audience? I mean, it also reminds me of something you and Winston Frederick Sturzel said the other day on The China Show.
Like there's CCP propaganda, which is nonsense, which we try to counter.
Yes. You guys try to counter CCP nonsense? Do you guys have another channel that I don't know about? If you do, put a comment in the comment section below and I'll check it out.
There's also stuff on the other side, which is just absolute nonsense as well.
Absolutely.
We are not that. We are straight down the middle.
So let's wrap this up. What's your conclusion?
Not only do you accept hatred against foreigners, especially against Japanese and Americans, you actively teach it and promote it in society and your education system. It is part and parcel how you work.
Wait a minute, isn't that the same thing that you're doing? The only difference is that you're doing it against China.
You can't have your hate and hide it too.
How can you make a video about stopping Japanese xenophobia in China while being in the United States spreading xenophobia about China? Seems effed up, buddy.